Hey everybody, it's Sabrina. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Betty and Barney Hill. They were traveling from Niagara Falls to their house in New Hampshire, and they had a very strange encounter. They were driving along the real back country, middle of nowhere roads, and Betty saw a light, and she saw it again, and it was acting weird. She said she thought it was a falling star at first, but then the way that it moved, it was just crazy. Now, there's Betty later in life, and she was very consistent in her reviewing of the tale and the things she went through. She was very adamant about it. This is a picture that Barney drew of what he thought he saw. I believe this is Barney, because Betty did one out of clay, and you'll see how close they look alike. They made these apart and away from each other, these models of what they saw. Now, Barney, he worked for the post office. You know, a cool, level-headed job, well, most of the time, you know. And then Betty, she worked as a social worker, so they were a fine family. They were interracial. That was new at the time. I could personally care less, but as long as they loved each other, whatever. But it was odd for the day. Look, there's the one that Betty did. She did it out of clay. The colors, everything looks exactly like his. It's just uncanny. Anyway, they didn't want to draw attention to themselves any more than they possibly might have already. Well, anyway, a book was finally written by them, by Stanton Friedman, whom I've seen on TV many times, and Kathleen Martin authored this also, and it tells all about their story. It's fascinating. It goes into every single detail. This is Barney's interpretation of what he saw. Now, obviously, he's not an artist, and this is probably what I would draw. Not even that good. But he's got humanoids looking out the windows, just like, and they told him not to move. That's when he ran and got back in the car. That's when things went crazy. And here's a little placard by the road. You see how rural that is? About what happened. You can stop it here and read it if you like, enlarge it. But it was just quite fascinating. Oh, they had binoculars, then the thing was above them, and then they were in... wow, what an amazing story. I believe this is the newspaper that came out when their story broke, and, you know, they're smiling, but they went through a lot of therapy to get through this. It's an amazing case. I hope you read more about it. I'm going to do some more of these in a lot more detail, a lot more pictures. This is the one piece of evidence that is unbelievable. Betty drew from memory where the star people told her they lived, and it happens to be a very close constellation, the Reticula or something, but check